Roll call.
Danny Wiley,
Present.
Charlie Ramirez,
Present.
Jonathan Laraga,
Present.
Romeo Robles,
Present.
Rafael Munguia, Luis Madrigal,
Present.
Andy Castro.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Okay. Need a motion for the absentees.
I'll make a motion to excuse the absentee.
Second.
Second, Mr. Marigal. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Next item is public testimony.
We don't have anybody registered, sir.
Nobody, okay. Next item is approval of the minutes. Review the minutes.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, to approve the minutes.
Second. Second, Charlie, Andy Castro. All those in favor, say aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. And public hearings, next item.
Good evening, Della Robles, Planner 1 for the City of Pharr. Tonight, we have 2 items for your recommendation. The first item, Carmen Aurelia de la Fuente, owner, has filed with the Planning and Zoning Commission a request for a change of zone from single-family residential district to residential multifamily district RMF in order to construct a fourplex on said lot. The subject site is located on the south side of West Gregg Drive and has a principal address of 1307 West Gregg Drive. The property consists of 1 tract of land legally described as being a 0.96 acre tract of land, more or less out of Lot 5, Block 11, A.J. McCall subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property fronts West Gregg Drive, a local street that runs east and west with a posted speed limit of 20 to 30 miles per hour as identified in the City of Pharr's thoroughfare plan. The property is currently zoned single-family residential district R1. The property was annexed into the city on November the 1st, 1994. The property and the surrounding properties to the north, south, east, and west were zoned to single-family residential district R1. There have been no other zoning requests within the general vicinity of the subject property since that time. The property is generally designated for single-family use in the land use plan. The residential multifamily district is established to provide adequate space and site diversification for low to medium density residential development where adequate streets and other community facilities are available for present and future needs. This district is established for duplex, fourplex development as low to medium density use, and additional requirements for streets, water and fire protection, wastewater, drainage, and adequate open space shall be met before zoning to such use. It is established to protect residential area as far as possible against heavy traffic and zoned promote the most desirable use of land and direction of building development not in conflict with the city's comprehensive plan. 13 letters were mailed out to the surrounding property owners and a legal notice was published in the Advance News Journal. 1 individual has signed up to speak at the public hearing in support of the item. Development Services is recommending denial of the request to rezone to residential multifamily district RMF as the property is not compatible with the surrounding properties and it is not in line with the future land use plan. If approved, the owner must comply with all city ordinances and city department requirements. This item will go before the City Commission meeting of November the 4th, 2019 at 4 p.m. And that I am aware of, we do not have representation in the audience.
Okay, so there are no applicant comments, okay? This item requires a public hearing. Anyone signed up for it?
We do have 1 individual, Leonardo Valdez. I don't believe he's present.
Not here? Okay, we'll close the public hearing. Open the item up to board discussion.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to recommend that we convene in closed session.
Okay, time is 6:14, and the City of Pharr Planning and Zone members hereby give notice that the meeting closed session, closed executive session. In accordance with Chapter 551 of Texas Government Code, Section 551.071 through 551.087. Okay, time is 6:32, and we return from executive session. We'll continue with the board discussion.
Comments?
Any further board discussion? None? Okay, let me close the board discussion, open the floor for any motions.
Mr. Chairman, I move to deny change of zone 190962.
Mr. Chairman, I'll abstain from voting.
Okay,
I'll second.
second, Charlie? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries.
Item number 2, Mario Martinez, owner, has filed with the Planning and Zoning Commission a request for a change of zone from single-family residential district R1 to residential multifamily district RMF in order to construct a duplex on said lot. The subject site is located on the north side of West Siesta Street and has a physical address of 324 West Siesta Street. The property consists of one tract of land legally described as being Lot 20, Las Brisas del Sur subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property fronts West Siesta Street, a local street that runs east and west with a posted speed limit of 20 to 30 miles per hour as identified in the City of Pharr's thoroughfare plan. The property is currently zoned single-family residential district R1. On March the 15th, 1988, the property and the surrounding properties to the north, south, east, and west were zoned to single-family residential district R1. On January the 25th, 2000, the property to the west was rezoned to two-family residential district R2. There have been no other zoning requests within the general vicinity of the subject property since that time. The property is generally designated for single-family use in the land use plan. The residential multifamily district is established to provide adequate space and site diversification for low to medium density residential developments where adequate streets and other community facilities are available for present and future needs. This district is established for duplex, fourplex development as low to medium density use, and additional requirements for street, water and fire protection, wastewater, drainage, and adequate open space shall be met before zoning to such use. It is established to protect residential area as far as possible against heavy traffic and zoned to promote the most desirable use of land and the direction of building development not in conflict with the city's comprehensive plan. 23 letters were mailed out to the surrounding property owners and a legal notice was published in the Advance News Journal. Staff received several individuals who signed up to speak at the public hearing. Development Services is recommending approval of the request to rezone to residential multifamily RMF as the property meets area requirements, has adequate ingress and egress, and is in line with the future land use plan. If approved, the owner must comply with the city ordinances and city department requirements. This item will go before the City Commission meeting of November the 4th, 2019 at 4 p.m. And gentlemen, we do have representation in the audience.
Okay, would the applicant like to have comments at this time?
Mr. Martinez, do you have anything to say? Not at this time.
Okay, thank you. This item requires a public hearing. Anyone sign up for it?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we do have 3 individuals. First being Beatriz Becerra.
Buenas tardes. Soy la señora Beatriz Becerra. Vengo en representación de mi esposo Jaime Becerra, que vivimos en la dirección 325 Siesta. Y quiero ceder al permiso para que mi hija hable en representación de nosotros.
Hi, good evening. I'm here opposing the rezoning.
Please.
I'm sorry? Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. My name is Beatriz Becerra as well. And I currently live in the property. I am the daughter of the property owners. Thank you. I'm here to oppose the rezoning of the property. My opposing is because I did a quick search with the appraisal district, and Mr. Martinez currently owns the lots that are west to this lot. He already, the rezoning has already been done for those lots, and he inadequately implements any rules as to the current tenants. We have had several issues regarding heavy traffic, congestion as to parking. Currently, one of the tenants in lot 22 works for a charter bus company, and he frequently drives up with a charter bus up to the street and parks it currently in front of this lot that has been proposed for rezoning. So that is very inconvenient for us since we do live in lot 57, which is right across. It prevents us, it blocks passageway as to traffic coming in and going in the street. There have been several complaints and even police department having been called to.
Ms. Becerra, I'm sorry, your time is up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. And that's my statement.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who else?
I have a Rafael Rocha and Sylvia Rocha.
Buenas tardes, soy la señora Silvia Rocha. Vivo en la dirección 337 de la Siesta. Quería darle el permiso a Beatriz.
Can we have
Puede hablar.
relation to the property owner?
Okay, y usted es al dueño, la esposa.
Ah, sí,
Okay, por favor.
sí, soy la esposa, señor Rafael Rocha, sí. Ujú, claro.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Beatriz Becerra. I'm here opposing the rezoning of lot 20. There have been several reports as to police coming and going to lot 21 currently. One most recent accident was several shots were fired, and the police did come to a party where there were horses in the parking lot. There is frequent weekly parties that they host, and there has been no regards from the landlord as to the tenants or them being there hosting these parties for a duplex. There is noise complaints as well that we have made as to the tenants since, like I said, there have been parties where the police have been called to. The current two duplexes already impose heavy traffic and parking congestion, so I don't think a third duplex would be of any help to these two duplexes that are already in lots 21 and 22. They have, if you could see in the picture that from the form that they submitted, there is currently a car that has been there for 2 months. I believe it's from lot 20, one of the tenants in lot 21. So there's,
Ms. Becerra, your time is up.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Martinez, would you like to speak?
We have one more individual.
Oh, one more, I'm sorry, we have one more individual.
Maria Contreras.
Pues yo vengo representando a mi esposo porque El solar está a nombre de los dos. Y es el que está pegado a los departamentos. A mí no me estorban los departamentos porque yo tengo ahí 40 años de vivir ahí. Fui la primera que me puse.
Perdón, su nombre, necesitas decir su nombre.
María Contreras Hernández. De-
Su dirección.
el lote es 306, que es el que está enseguida de los departamentos del señor. Mira, yo, por mí, nada más que desde lo único que queremos es que no tenga tanta gente allí cada 8 días. Nosotros ya estamos viejos y los departamentos están llenos de carros, no hayamos ni por dónde pasar todos los días. Eso es lo único que no queremos. Los departamentos, pues, a mí no me estorban, ¿verdad? Son casas. Pero la colonia no se hizo para departamentos. Yo, el primer departamento, nosotros no estábamos, porque nosotros somos migrantes, y íbamos para el estado de Michigan. Cuando mi hijo estaba ahí, mi hijo es maestro, y me dijo, mamá, ya están haciendo un departamento aquí cerca de la casa. Yo vine aquí a la ciudad, y le dije, la colonia, cuando nosotros la compramos el solar, no era para departamentos, era nada más para casas. Y me dijeron aquí, dijo, pues, es que ya se cambió. Ok, está bueno, así quedó. Desde entonces, lo único que nos molesta a nosotros ya estamos viejos, nada más tenemos 2. Y mi hijo, pues, está enfermo de los riñones.
Señora
y
Contreras,
trabaja.
ya se terminó su tiempo.
Ya, ok, bueno, es lo único que no queremos.
Gracias.
Is there anybody? Gentlemen, I do need to make a correction. When I said that it is actually not in line with the future land use plan.
Okay.
And Mr. Martinez, would you like to speak now?
Yes, sir. Hello. My name's Leo Pedraza. Just wanted to clarify a couple of things. Mr. Martinez was not the original owner who changed zoning on the first 2 apartments, which he now is the owner. He wasn't the original one. He does own the other lot and does want to change the other one, but he wasn't the original petitioner in the first apartments that were there. Just to clarify that.
Hello, my name is Mario Martinez. I currently live on 617 West Caffrey, and I am the owners of the 2 duplexes on said sub addresses of 328 Siesta and 332 Siesta. But as far as parking is concerned, I do have adequate parking on those 2 duplexes, as many as 4 vehicles are allowed per tenant. I mean, that's the way the apartments were constructed. I mean, yes, I have my tenants who have visitors, or they have some of them may have even providers sometimes, but that's the nature of it.
That's it. Okay, thank you. Okay, no more public hearing?
No more for public
End
hearings.
up? Okay, we'll close the public hearing. Open the item up for board discussion.
Mr. Chairman, permission to approach the applicant?
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
So I was just curious, you mentioned you've got 4 per tenant. Is that a total of 8 spaces per duplex?
That's the way the parking was made years ago. Yes.
Okay. I see the
Normally, I do understand there's about approximately 2 per apartment, but in this case, there's 4 per apartment.
Okay, just roughly looking at the image, I'm not familiar with it. I can see the 4 spots.
Mhm.
Where are the other 4? Is it in the front as well?
Excuse me?
Is it in the?
I have 2 duplexes. Each duplex can accommodate up to 8 vehicles.
Okay, all right. I just can't tell where the additional 4 spaces are. They're in the front, I guess,
But it would
facing
have like, I guess you would have like 2 vehicles parked in the front and 2 in the back of each vehicle.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, okay.
Yes.
I see. And you've got, you're recommending now doing something a little different, I guess, 3 per tenant? Is that what you
If
submitted?
needed, yes. I mean, I do have the adequate space to accommodate up to 4 vehicles per tenant if needed.
But you're saying one car in front of the other?
Yes.
Right, essentially
Yes, yes,
blocking the,
yes.
I see. Mr. Chairman, permission to approach staff?
Go ahead.
Just kind of looking at the land use plan, or how everything's zoned. So that's, we're looking at lot 20 and 22 and 21 are already zoned two-family, and they've already got the duplex in there.
Yes,
They're just
sir.
wanting to do a third one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm that. Thank you, Del. That's all I had, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, but any ordinances that were out with the code enforcement would investigate it and follow through with it, won't they?
We're going to go ahead and send out code regarding the charter bus, and then, of course, I'm gonna speak with Mr. Martinez right now regarding, everything else that, they've brought up, to see what, if we can come to a consensus, see what can be done.
Okay. Any further board discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to ask the owner a question. How long you own those apartments? 2017. Okay. I'm pretty sure Panasonic gonna talk to you about the problems that we might be having there. Hopefully we can clear them up. Thank you.
Okay. No more board discussion? None? Okay, we'll close the board discussion. Open the floor for any motions.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve change of zone 190963.
Second? I need a
Second.
Mr. Castro, you seconded?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
One opposition, sorry. Okay, motion carries.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, I'd like to abstain from this next item.
Okay. One in the back.
Good evening, Commissioners. For the record, my name is Heriberto Martinez, your planner 2 for City of Pharr. Tonight, we have 3 plat approvals or recommendations before you. Item number 1. Trevino Engineering representing Jaime Javier Rivera Herbert is requesting preliminary plat approval of the proposed Rivera Herbert subdivision. The property is legally described as being a 0.602 of an acre tract of land out of Lot 5, Block 11, A.J. McCall subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property is located at the 7800 block of South Jackson Road. The property is currently zoned General Business District C. The adjacent zones are General Business District C to the north, south, Single Family Residential District R1 to the east, and city limits to the west. The property is designated for commercial use in the land use plan. Property proposed use, retail business, variances not requested. Development Services recommends preliminary plat approval. The proposed Rivera Herbert subdivision, subject to the following conditions, separate for you. And we don't have representation in the audience.
Okay, this item does not require a public hearing, so we'll go ahead and open it up to a board discussion. No discussion? Okay, we'll close the board discussion, open the floor for any motions.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, to approve the plat.
Second.
Second, Charlotte Ramirez. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries.
Okay, next item, Meldon Hunt, Inc., representing WM Leslie Doggett, managing member for Doggett Freightliner of South Texas LLC, a Texas Limited Liability Corporation, is requesting preliminary plat approval of the proposed Doggett Pharr subdivision. The property is legally described as being a 15.302 acres out of Lot 133 Kelly Pharr subdivision, and being a replat of Wagon subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property is located at the 3100 block of North IH 69C. The property is currently in Zone Limited Industrial District LI. The adjacent zones are Limited Industrial District LI and Agricultural Open Space District AO to the north, and General Business District C to the east, south, and west. The property is designated for commercial use in the land use plan. Property proposed use, truck sales. Variances, none requested. Development Services recommends preliminary plat approval of the proposed dogged Pharr subdivision, subject to the following condition set before you. We do have representation in the audience.
Okay. Do they have any comments?
Nope.
No? Okay. This item does not require public hearing, so we'll go ahead and open up the item for board discussion. Comments, questions? None? Okay, we'll close the board discussion. Open up the floor for any motions.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve preliminary plat for subdivision 190922.
Second.
Second, Charlie Ramirez. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same sign. Okay, motion carries.
Okay, last item, Javier Hinojosa Engineering, representing Ilse A. Viduri, Executive Director of the Pharr Bridge Investments Company, LP, is requesting final plat approval of the proposed Pharr Bridge Business Park Phase 2 subdivision. The property is legally described as being a 12.83 acres, being a part of portion of lots 377 and 378 Kelly Pharr subdivision, Pharr, Hidalgo County, Texas. The property is located within the 1000 block of West Zaragoza Drive. The property is currently zoned Limited Industrial District LI, and the adjacent zones are Limited Industrial District LI to the east, west, and north, and Agricultural Open Space District AO to the south. The property is designated for industrial use in the land use plan. Property proposed use, warehouse. Variances, none requested. Development Services recommends final plat approval of the proposed Pharr Business Park Phase 2 subdivision, subject to the following conditions set before you. This item will go before the City Commission meeting on November the 4th, 2019 at 4 p.m.
Okay. This item does not require a public hearing, so we'll go ahead and open it up for board discussion. No discussion? Okay, close the board discussion. Open up the floor for any motions.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, to approve the final plat approval.
Seconded, Mr. Robles. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Okay. Next item is adjournment. I have a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Chairman, I move to adjourn. Second.
Second, Charlie Ramirez. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.